decide.
Welcome to the Smashcraft Gladiator Spotlight, featuring Planar, the unstable element. Planar is a hard zoner and burst caster who uses a network of stabilizers to control a territory of the map. He specializes in punishing aggressive play and is the purest definition of a zoner. Planar uses the mana resource. Planar's primary attack is Ignite Current. He fires a tether of lightning in the target direction, latching onto the first enemy it hits. You can channel this tether infinitely until interrupted or the target moves out of range. This ability drains mana over time. Planar's S ability is Stabilize. He spawns a stabilizer node at the target point, and this will deal some light AoE damage to enemies where it spawns as well. These nodes are the core of Planar's playstyle. Using Ignite Current on a node will cause the lightning tether to chain to every other node nearby the charge node. This causes a chain reaction, as you see here. When the network is first formed, enemies standing in any of the lightning bolts will take a fairly large burst of damage and have their movement speed slowed drastically for 3 seconds. Further standing in the current will cause them to take damage as if you were channeling your A on them normally. Combined with the initial burst the network does, this can do some pretty good damage. Another technique to practice is tapping, where you chain briefly, then interrupt the channel to start Ignite Current's cooldown immediately. As soon as the cooldown comes back up, you tap again, and repeat this as long as someone remains in the network's range. This will refresh the slow and also do continuous burst damage. Planar's D ability is Impulse Shock. You can use this to target a node within 20 cells and cause that node to detonate, dealing some moderate AoE damage and stunning nearby enemies for 2 seconds. This ability has a fairly large range, so keep an eye on your turf. His EXS is Planar Flux, which increases the radius of the normal S-Blast and also the damage. Planar will also recover 50% of the damage and mana. Planar's EXD is Planar Pulse, which causes all nodes in the map to pulse once, dealing AoE damage as well as stunning enemies for 2 seconds. This also will not consume any stabilizers. Every node deals its own damage, so if you catch an enemy in the middle of several nodes, this can do some serious burst. Also, the fact that it does not consume any nodes lets you combo right into an immediate chain burst. Planar's escape ability is Redirection, allowing him to teleport instantly to a target node within 20 cells. This consumes the node upon use. Planar's Fury ability causes all nodes on the map to become unstable for 5 seconds, dealing constant damage and slowing enemies near the nodes. The more nodes an enemy is near, the more damage they will take over that time. Also of interest is that you can still use the nodes while they're unstable to add on to the damage. Just be aware that consuming any nodes will cause the unstable reaction to stop at that node. After the 5 seconds, all nodes are destroyed and Planar recovers 50 energy per node that was active at the end of the effect. As Planar, you should try to establish your territory by setting up nodes in a way that you can cover a lot of ground with a chain reaction, but make sure they're spaced close enough that they can link properly. Here, I've established a good zone, with the trailing nodes somewhat further back to maximize my range for punishing the other team. With Ace stuck in the middle of my web, I can tap to do some damage. Just as the route is about to end, I Impulse Shock from far away to stun him and prolong his stay in my zone. Of course, Revolver castles him out, but that is the basic idea behind his playstyle. Planar synergizes well with gladiators like Rush or Stallion because they not only offer him much needed protection, but they can also force players into his traps. Here's another powerful combo. As Revolver gets close to a stabilizer, I Impulse Shock him, stunning him. I use this opportunity to immediately drop a new stabilizer behind him and then hit him with a chain burst by targeting another node that's nearby. Finally, I use a chain burst and unstable reaction to cut off Allseer from his teammate and force him to ice block. Now he's just a sitting duck for a kill. In this clip, I'll explain an aggressive technique with Planar. Creeping, as I call it, is when you slowly move your zone across the map into the other team's zone, trying to take dominance of that area. By leapfrogging your stabilizers, you can slowly creep your way into the enemy's zone and start to corner them. As you can see here, we've completely taken over the enemy team's starting area and forced them onto the bridge choke. Now, I wind the node path around the backside of the bridge, trapping Misery in while Ezrat flanks. Unstable reaction gives Hawk nowhere to run, and we easily take this round. Once again, I drop nodes around the bridge, shocking Misery once with a chain to slow him, then drop a node ahead of him as he tries to run. Since I have a node nearby, I can continue to extend the chain and continuously burst him. This time, I catch Misery as he burrows into my established zone. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I Planar Pulse and then combo with a chain shock, and he pretty much just implodes. Next, Allseer walks up onto the bridge to try and kill Zephyr. I put a node just in front of him as he casts, and then shock the node behind me to hit him with the initial burst. He ice blocks, so I wait for it to wear off, zap him again, and impulse shock to finish. Planar does not play like any other PSION on the roster. No positioning, map awareness, and a solid grasp of how to zone in general will ultimately help you master his huge skill curve. He does take a lot of practice to do well with, and your team also needs to respect your playstyle to pull out his fullest potential. I would highly advise getting used to his combos in practice mode first, then devise a game plan at the start of each round. No positioning will vary wildly depending on his opponents. Thanks for watching. You can find out more at our website, www.playsmashcraft.com, or join our Battle.net chat channel, Smashcraft, to set up games. Smashcraft is currently available on the featured maps list. Make sure to bookmark it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates and spotlights. Happy smashing!